You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Hi, everybody. I know we're a little bit late because my computer is a stupid piece of crap.
Just a
But
little bit.
we are currently sitting at 27% updated, though. So, yay. But for those of you tuning in late to join us, we appreciate it. But this is An Evening at the Movies, the podcast where we eat the stale popcorn, we drink the watered down sodas, and we talk about all of our favorite movies, and of course, why we love them. And joining me, as always, is I can't do it because I'm on my phone, so I can't point in the proper direction and still be seen. So, my left, the hostess with the mostest, is with us. Say hi, co-host.
Whoops, my mic was muted.
I
was like, talkie.
Do we need more freaking technological help tonight? Jesus God, please be with us.
The, fucking Indy 500 that goes on outside my house every night.
Over the last 5 years, I've become accustomed to the Indy 500, so I'm going to miss it when you guys move into Casa de Vampire Part 2.
Yeah, I am ready for some quiet. It's going to be more like a horror movie over there. I'm probably going to get scared when I'm alone all the time, but hey, at least I won't hear street racing.
True.
So yeah, I'm here. I'm ready to talk about one of my favorite movies. Let's do it.
So, for those of you who may be new to the podcast, we are currently smack dab right in the middle of Halloween Horror Fest 2025, which, for those of you who don't know, the whole month of October, every year of the show, we have celebrated all things horror, and this week will be nothing less than that. So, with that said, we are here today to kind of sort of go out of order because I know I said last week this is coming up next week on An Evening at the Movies, but we're going to do it this week because we made a promise about what was supposed to be this week, and that fell through, and that'll be next week's episode. So, but Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers.
Tomorrow is now.
Rick and God.
Today is tomorrow. Or whatever they say in Spaceballs.
I mean, yeah, because we have our loyal, devoted followers that do watch us live, but this will be releasing on Wednesday, so.
Yes.
And on top of it, we're recording next week's episode on new episode day. So, it's a whole big, weird cluster of craziness going on for Halloween Horror Fest. So.
Very true.
But.
And we're in the middle of AMC Fear Fest, which is one of my favorite things ever. So excited. It was a Halloween marathon yesterday. It's been a Freddy marathon today. Love it.
I know. I've heard a lot of shit talking from you today.
I mean, they show shit backwards now, which I think is weird, but whatever. And Freddy's dead and the Dream Child, like those movies are just crap. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some crappy Halloween movies too. We both know this, but man, just do we really have to sit through those? Freddy's Dead at least has some really good kills. I will watch that just for the very creative kills that happen in that movie.
So,
see, there you go.
We all know that I love Freddy more than life itself, but there pretty much is only two movies that I will not ever sit through in my lifetime again. Well, I mean, I'll sit through Freddy's Revenge. I just won't be happy about it. And I sat through 2010 twice. And that's about 3 hours of my life I'm not getting back.
No, that's like 4 hours of your life. Why did you do that?
However long that damn movie was, that
Well, if you did it twice, it's times 2, is what I'm saying. Maths are
Yeah.
hard. I understand.
well, I mean, it is what it is. 93%, woohoo.
Anyway,
So at some point I may switch over and join on the laptop just because trying to talk to you people on my phone is a hot mess.
please don't fuck anything up.
I'm not going to fuck
We're
anything.
already in the middle
Would
of
I fuck anything up, especially on a Halloween episode?
You and technology don't really get along. Sorry, I gotta adjust my seat there. Okay.
You're not wrong. That's how it is. So, but
Happy Halloween, Halloween.
okay.
Halloween.
So, because my notes for what's supposed to happen next are on my phone and not written down, we're going to try and do this multitask wise. So, Clink. Did you lose me there for a second?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, um,
I'm just waiting. Are you okay over there? Okay, well, now I think Kasey might actually be frozen. Shitty Washington Wi-Fi.
you're telling me.
Or Aberdeen, I guess. It's not all of Washington. Sorry, Washington.
I mean, we love the state of Washington. So, I may have good news. So, give it 2 seconds and we'll witty banter while everything logs in. But the update is done. So,
Anyway.
Well, I mean, we do have the topic of are you currently watching and or reading anything horrifically for the month of October?
Just AMC Fear Fest. It's my jam every year, even though they show all the same stuff. Although this year they did a debut It Chapter 1. I believe that was new this year. I could be wrong. If there's anybody watching on YouTube that wants to comment and tell me if I'm right or wrong, then I will be able to know if I can see the comments here. But yeah, AMC Fear Fest is just, it makes me feel at home. It makes me feel happy. And even though I could watch these movies unedited without commercials, there's just a camaraderie of being able to watch it with other people and being able to be on Twitter and chat with other people as we're all watching the same movie we've seen a million times. Did it last night with Halloween. I actually made a very good friend. Shout out to Michael. Years and years and years ago, met on Twitter talking about Michael Myers. And now we're very, very close. So, I visited him in New York. What?
Ramble for a second. I'm going to log out on my phone and I'm going to enter from the laptop. Cross fingers. I'll be right back.
Bye. Okay, I am very sorry for the people that are watching. Kasey is having some real technical issues.
Okay, what the fuck?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just stay on your phone. Oh, what is happening? Okay. Now you're here 3 times.
Um, yeah, what the fuck?
There. How's that?
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't you got to get yourself
Silencio the
out of
phone.
there? We don't need Kasey in stereo. One of your voices is enough.
I silencioed the phone, por favor. So, okay. So,
Anyway, back to Fear Fest. Oh, Brandy's here. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Brandy.
hi B. So, so currently, as far as I'm concerned, it's been a lot of preparations for an evening at the movies, Halloween Horror Fest 2025. Some clowns, killer clowns, and clowns in a cornfield, and some psychotic baby cult motherfuckers that we'll be talking about tomorrow live on an evening at the movies. But
Are we still talking about
I've
Fear
also
Fest
read
or
some
did you go on to another subject?
books. No, we're still. I mean, Fair Fest is Fair Fest. So I'm just trying to get everything back on track and get the flow going again.
I'm
Now
still
that
talking about Fear
hopefully
Fest.
everything is knock on wood.
Anyway, okay, cool.
I love AMC Fair Fest. So highly recommend if you have the means. I highly recommend you pick one up. It is so choice.
It is so choice. If you don't
So,
have like a YouTube
oh
TV
hey,
or
look
some
at
kind of like cable service, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to AMC Plus, and I believe you can. Okay, actually, don't quote me on this. I don't know if you can access live TV, but I know you can access most of the movies they show on Fear Fest. So you may not be able to watch it the same time as
yes,
everybody else is watching, but I think you can access most of the
but
movies.
you could still watch. You could still watch it and enjoy it though.
Exactly.
So, all right. So, are we ready to get back on track?
Yes, please.
Otherwise known as "Let's fuck with my co-host and torture her brains out." Otherwise known as "We're going to do a this or that battle."
Oh, okay.
By the way, love the shirt.
Yes, I am rocking my Cops Do It by the Book in honor of Kelly Meeker. Made this shirt myself. If you've seen Halloween 4, you know. If you know, you know.
Well, I mean, that shirt will get discussed at some point in this episode. If not by me or you, I'm sure by a surprise.
Unfortunately, I don't have the same boobs she does to make it look sexier, but you know what? That's fine.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, chef's kiss. Um,
Yeah, because high school boobs look like that. Anyway, what were you saying? Can't hear you. Casey is never going to be able to do anything without technical difficulties. It's the story of your life.
technology can suck a big hairy dick.
Ew.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm
Heard
guessing
that.
from the EU, then you can hear me.
Yes.
So, all right, are you ready for your battle?
Yes.
Rob Zombie OG versus Rob Zombie Halloween 2.
The first one.
This or the OG?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I know what's coming with this next one, but it's still part of the game. So, Rob Zombie OG or Halloween 2018?
Halloween 2018.
You don't want to even stop and think about it for a second?
No.
Okay, fine. Halloween 2018 or Halloween Ends?
2018. Was that even a real question?
No. Halloween 2018 or Halloween Kills?
2018 still. It was better. Kills was a little too on the cusp of MAGA for me.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it really was. But speaking about socially relevant Halloweens, Halloween 2018 or Halloween Resurrection?
2018. But happy Halloween, motherfucker.
Halloween 2018 or Halloween H2O?
Ooh, man. Objectively, 2018 is the better film. But H2O is just such a, like, I don't know, classic. And I remember seeing it in the theater in college. Man. Um,
And it was Jamie coming back to the franchise 20 years later.
yeah. Shit. Ugh. Fuck it. I'm going to go H2O.
I knew a couple of these. I set it up this way to make you actually have to stop and think about it. I put the throwaways in early just because there might still be a one throwaway coming. But
I think
Halloween H2O or Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers.
H2O. Even though I love Tina, Tina gets so much hate, but I actually really like Tina. She's a girl's girl. I'm here for it.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with Tina. There is a long list of very amazing Tinas in slasher movies.
True.
Just my own personal opinion, but it should be everybody's personal opinion as well.
Leave Tina
All right, so
alone. That's all I have to say. All right.
all right, so you took H2O over 5.
The fuck is that? Yes.
Uh, I got to turn my Bluetooth back on. Otherwise, I it, okay. H2O or Halloween 6, the producer's cut.
H2O. The producer's cut is better, but miss me with that Cult of the Thorn shit. Sorry. Not sorry.
H2O or Halloween Dose.
Halloween 2.
Halloween 2 or I'm not going to say it. So Season of the Witch.
Halloween 3. Season of the Witch.
Like I said, Season of the Witch. And last but not least, Season of the Witch or Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I will explain why you have that look on your
Okay.
face right now.
You see my face. I'm like, what's going on right now? Okay. Halloween 4.
So, according to everybody's favorite co-host, Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers is the best of the Halloween movies, not the original.
Correct.
So, so the reason why I did not throw the original in the mix was because I feel
Duh.
like that is a throwaway choice. There's
Right.
no way in hell she's picking anything other than Halloween 1978.
And
So,
that is how my rankings go. I've ranked these movies several times. I actually have it on my letterboxed, but I know my one is the original, two is part four, three is Season of the Witch, four is part two, and I think five is 2018. So I did mix it up a little, but that all went. I think in
no,
my official
and
ranking, I rank H2O lower, but I was being more
we've
objective.
had this discussion before on an evening at the movies and the SIP list.
Yeah,
So, a few of these movies are interchangeable depending upon moods and whatnot. So, you know,
fair.
it is what it is. But I feel like, you did a solid ranking of the hot garbage that is Halloween. So,
Excuse me?
are we? I said what I said.
All right, let's get into the movie before I have to. I own the button right now, just so you know. I can end this stream any fucking
Only
time I want.
true. So, happy Halloween to everybody's favorite co-host. She is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and
Totally.
all the Tay Tay love in the world.
Thank you.
So, um, anyway, back on track. Halloween 4, Return of Michael Effin Myers, released on October  21st, 1988, was directed by Dwight Schrute. Oh, excuse me, Dwight H. Little. It was released by. That's not what I was under the impression it was, but okay. Galaxy International. It had a budget of $5 million. What that $5 million went to, I have no idea, unless it all went in Donald Pleasant's wallet. It had a box office of $17.8 million, so it did make its five back with a little bit of a profit, and it is currently available for streaming. I forgot to look that one up, but it is available on the streaming.
It's on
You can
Shutter.
just go
It's
search.
almost always on Shutter.
Yeah, which Shutter you can get through Amazon Prime, so it is out there and available. Or you could not be a cheapskate and spend the $3.99 and go rent it on whatever rental service, because it's that worthy of a movie to be streamed.
And it is on
And
AMC Plus through Prime as well.
I assumed so, but I wasn't 100%. So, and AMC Plus runs Shutter, so there you go. So back to
Um,
my notes, because we're about ready to have a hot garbage freaking discussion here in a second. But go ahead, you were going to make a point.
oh, I was just going to say when you were talking about the studio and whatnot, um, when we get to it, I have a little segment of fun factoids about this movie because, of course, I brought Taking Shape to the conversation. For anybody who is watching or even listening, I have the book Taking Shape by Dustin McNeil and Travis Mullins, and this is um, basically a biography of all the Halloween films. It is talking about the development, the scripts. It's got interviews with all the different filmmakers for all the Halloween movies through 2018. This came out in 2018. If you're a Halloween fan, highly recommend this book. There is also Taking Shape 2, which is a book about all the lost Halloween sequel ideas, which is also very interesting. So, um, I brought some information from this book to share with you guys. If you don't have this book, again, it is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So let me preface this next question by saying one thing. Fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. In the ass without lube.
As always, okay.
Um,
It's that
would
bad,
you like to
huh? Okay.
wager? Would you like to wager a guess as to how they shit on this movie?
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to think they gave it great marks, but now you've really got me. Okay. Um,
Well, I mean, it's not teens, but it's not anywhere near what this movie should have gotten. I'll
yeah.
just say that.
All right. I think I know critics don't love this movie. I'm sure of it. Even though I got to say it followed the Halloween formula and stayed true to the original more than any other sequel in the Bloodline storyline anyway. But I'm going to go 44% for the tomato meter. Maybe 43. Let's go 43. Um, for the popcorn meter, let's go 57.
You were closer on that one than you were on the first one.
I did overshoot both of them.
Uh, yes.
Wow. Okay.
So, popcorn meter on 50,000 plus reviews gave this movie a 54%, which,
Oh, okay.
considering the initial hate that this movie or that season of the witch got because it went away from it tried to anthologize the franchise and
But no, because
people did
Rotten Tomatoes didn't
well,
exist then. I would understand that if Rotten
well,
Tomatoes was a
well I
thing
know.
then.
No,
Like,
I'm just saying though that
yeah,
people still have the point is people jumped off of the Halloween bandwagon with the weird
yeah,
twist that season of the witch took, which we've discussed before.
yeah.
And again, not John Carpenter's view, and John Carpenter's view should have been respected. But the praise that this movie got, that I saw posted online, though, for bringing back the original correct formula,
Right.
you would have thought it would have gotten higher than a 54%.
But
And
people watching it in today's times, I can see why. Especially if you watched Halloween 1 and 2 and then watched this in today in like, the 2000s, I'm like, okay. Anyway, okay.
and at the
Fuck to
same
the
time,
critics. What did they give it? What do they have against it?
the critics on 33 reviews gave this a 39%.
Oh, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. It's horror. You never know what they're going to do,
True.
especially when it's
And
slashers.
which is weird because if you think about it, as far as like the graphic nature of slashers in general, this is not a very graphic slasher movie at all.
It's really not. And what's interesting is that the first cut of this movie was even less gory and they thought it was too tame. So they added like the scene when the guy's driving the truck and he rips out that guy's throat, that was added. Like I feel like this movie has some pretty, I wouldn't call it extreme gore, but I think the thumb and the forehead and the ripping out the guy's throat, that was pretty brutal. But other than that, they really did tone it down. Like a lot of the kills are, you know, again, kind of implied or like don't there's not a lot of blood. It's not like like Kelly Meeker's death. Like, yeah, you see it, but it's not, you don't see her insides
It's
falling
not
out,
full.
which, like, it's not like Scream,
Well, yeah,
right? Like,
it's a dark house in the shadows, and you know, shotgun through the stomach, which, by the way, is not how shotguns were intended to be used. Thank you very much.
I can't watch Brady's death though, the skull crushing, and they bring that back one or two more times, I believe, in the series. I do not care for that. I can't watch the thumb either. I have
No,
to look.
yeah,
But anyway,
yeah.
okay.
There's
Well,
definitely some moments in this movie, but
yeah. Real quick for those who don't know, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The plot line for this movie. Um,
Michael Myers
so
returns.
a thing with the Halloween franchise, which we will talk about, is where they give you endings that are either final, as in Halloween 2 seemed pretty fucking final, or this movie, which seems about 95% final, but maybe open to interpretation, and people still run with it and just like act like you didn't see what you saw in the last movie. Like, remember in Misery when they're talking about the, I know he called them chapter plays, but I can't remember what she called it. And she loses her fucking mind about how the next week they would like change it up, like you didn't see what you saw last week. Halloween is notorious for that shit. Acting like you didn't see the end of the last movie and they're just going to pick it up and pretend. Anyway, um, so that being said,
She didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car.
car, exactly. So Michael Myers did get out of the Cockadoodie Hospital, and apparently so did Dr. Loomis, and both escaped with their lives. The apparently
Which
comatose
is a
Michael
lot
Myers.
saying,
What?
considering which says a lot considering that hospital freaking blew the hell up.
And dude was walking completely in flames. Like, come on now. But whatever. The apparently comatose Michael Myers is being transferred from one hospital to another. Again, on the eve of Halloween. When will these people fucking learn to stop trying to move this guy on Halloween? But whatever. But he wakes up when the ambulance crew talk about his surviving niece, Jamie. After slaughtering his attendants, Myers sets out to find his one living relative who is fortunately, or unfortunately, being cared for by a kind and resourceful foster sister named Rachel. Meanwhile, the ever cautious Dr. Loomis remains on the killer's path. Dun-dun-dun.
So, really
You know,
quick
if
though,
they would just stop moving this guy on fucking Halloween, I feel like that would solve a lot of problems.
so technically, Miss Halloween expert, they did not try and move him in 1978 on Halloween.
I said the eve of Halloween on this one, and that would be Halloween the day before. I mean, just stop
Well, I
doing it.
mean, the
Anywhere
month of
in
October.
October, just leave him be. Just keep him locked
Yeah,
up.
I
Move him in
mean,
fucking February. Move him in the middle of the summer. He clearly likes the fall. Like, let's move him in like August. Can't even wear that mask. He'd be sweating it off. Like, come on. Half your problems
yeah,
go
yeah.
away
I
if you
mean,
just leave this guy locked up in October.
Haddonfield is the middle of the Midwest, and Midwest summers are pretty freaking hot.
I live in Texas. I don't want to hear it, but and then
Texas.
yeah, real quick, we obviously know Halloween 4 wasn't getting any awards, but it did get 2 Saturn Award nominations. Which people that don't know, that's the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror. Didn't win, but it was nominated for Best Horror Film and Best Writing for Alan B. McElroy, which there's all kinds of drama behind the scenes about who wrote what and who should have gotten credit for the writing, but ultimately Alan got credit for the bulk of the writing. So there you go. So yeah. Sh-
Okay.
shall I share my factoids now or later?
You can go ahead and share your factoids now.
I know we don't need this. Oh, that reminds me. A little preview of coming attractions. We do have a little surprise at some point in this episode. I have
Big
a
surprise.
secret message from a secret person that I was able to get through what I would say might be considered deviant means or not. I can't really say, it's classified, but let's just say we have a message from somebody very special that wanted to send a message about this movie. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So, some interesting facts about Halloween 4. And I mean, I've already read this book, so I knew this, but prior to reading the book, I did learn some interesting stuff here just because I think we all kind of got like, we know the whole Halloween 2 thing. John Carpenter didn't want to write that. He basically wrote it drunk. He didn't like the sister, brother, like he hated the whole bloodline thing. They basically ruined his whole Michael kills because he's pure evil, and that's the only, like, there's no rhyme or reason. But so it kind of like everybody kind of thought that him and Deborah jumped ship after like Halloween 2. But people kept coming back to them saying, let's make another movie. Let's make another movie. And after Halloween 3, where they completely ruined everything, it was pretty clear that audiences wanted slashers in their slasher movies. So they actually, in 1986, agreed to a deal with Canon Films. And there's a novelist, Dennis Etchison. So he had done, I think, the Halloween 2 and Halloween 3 novelizations, and then he also did the Fog novelization. So for people who don't know, people do novelizations of movies after they come out. That's like a thing. I don't know. So they came up with this guy wanted to do like a psychological ghost story that like ghost story with the shape, like, so with Michael, but he's like, it's like supernatural. And this story would follow Tommy and Lindsay as they are grown up or whatever. John Carpenter loved it. He signed off on it. Deborah too. They said, let's make it. And Mustafa Akkad said, nope. And he basically used all his leverage to shut that down. So then in 1987, John and Deborah said, we're done with this shit. We're selling our rights to all this. And then it was all up. So like Halloween 4 was like up for grabs. No major studio wanted it. Like not even Universal, who had, previously done the movies. So Mustafa Akkad bought it. And we know that the Akkad family had it forever until I guess did Rob Zombie did Rob Zombie buy the entire rights to the franchise, or did he just buy rights to make his own set of movies? I'm not really sure, but we know Blumhouse bought. Yeah, I don't really know how all of that worked.
Keep factoiding. I will Google as we speak.
Yeah, it's crazy that basically Halloween 3 did so bad that no major studio wanted anything to do with the franchise. So that was interesting. So basically after, John Carpenter's ideas got shit on yet again, that was when him and Deborah were officially done with the series until 2018. Well, actually, no, I don't think he had anything to do with H2O. I think 2018 was when John Carpenter officially came back, and Deborah Hill was unfortunately deceased by then. So, and then there was just a couple of like deleted scenes that I thought were interesting. In the school, when Jamie's in the school and Michael's chasing her, there was a scene that they wrote but they didn't shoot where Jamie goes into the cafeteria and she hides under a cafeteria table, and Michael comes in there and he's looking for her and he can't find her, and he starts flipping the tables trying to get her. And if that sounds familiar, that's because that later got used in Halloween H2O. So there you go. And then in the end, when we see that, Jamie is stabbing her foster mom in the bathtub, the movie was originally shot seeing it from Jamie's point of view, which is what we end up seeing at the beginning of Halloween 5. They ended up cutting that from the movie and then used it in Halloween 5. So that was it. Just a few random things, but mostly that was just kind of how John and Deborah ultimately ended up being done with it until 2018. So there you go. I really don't think Rob Zombie could have bought the rights to the entire franchise. I just don't feel like I don't know.
Yeah, it's not saying anything about him having the rights.
But I
It
know I
just,
did not see an Akkad name on any of that. Whereas the Blumhouse movies, the Akkad name is still on that.
yeah,
Which obviously it's the sons or whoever now. It's not Mustafa, but the Akkad
yes,
name is still, I think, I got to ultimately think they own maybe the rights to the franchise and it's just they option it out to studios who want to, make a 2 or 3 movie deal or whatever because I don't know why would you ever get rid of, as much money as it's made that family, why would you ever get rid of it? So,
considering, yeah, it's a 14 film franchise
right. And
that
it's like a choose your own
is,
adventure with all the
yeah,
different storylines.
and I mean, even smack dab in the middle of fucking COVID, kills and ends still did fairly well box office wise, and that was in the middle of no theater
Yeah.
releases and direct to streaming. So yeah, but doing the little bit of reading that I was doing while you were giving out your factoids, it doesn't say anything about Rob Zombie obtaining the rights to the franchise. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing it's probably along the lines of the Akkads just optioned it to people willing to go down that
And
road because it did say that at the time they were still brainstorming and trying to come up with ideas to reinvent the franchise and all of that.
and Rob Zombie didn't really reinvent it. He just took what already existed and, twisted it in his own twisted way.
Not
And
didn't
I could be
reinvent it in
wrong if
2007.
like don't quote me on the Akkad's name not being on those movies because they could be. I just don't remember seeing it. But I know the Akkad's name is on the Blumhouse series. So anyway, all right. Well, let's talk about this movie because we're 43 minutes in and we haven't even really talked about this movie.
At all. So, um,
God, I can't wait to get out of
what?
my fucking neighborhood. I live in such a nice subdivision, and all I hear all the time is cars going down this road with their loud ass fucking engines. Okay, I'm sorry.
So,
Hmm,
the I will really quick before we get into the discussion. The Akkad name is not on 2007.
okay.
Another more prominent, notorious name is on the production team for 2007.
Okay.
The Weinstein Company.
Oh, yeah, okay. I did know that. And we know Weinstein's
So,
on H2O because all they did was take the score from Scream and use it for H2O. If I watch
yeah,
H2O and
pretty
I
much.
close my eyes, I can literally tell you what part of Scream is happening when I listen to the music. So fucking stupid. Anyway, not what we're here to talk about, but it just drives me insane.
But we digress.
They didn't even try.
So no, I feel like a lot of those horror movies that came out in like the mid part of the 90s kind of sort of all fit into a little
Yeah,
snow
but
globe cookie cutter.
not like that with the music. Like I don't understand. I get because it was the same studios and producers that they could do it, but why? Why would you do that? It was the
Yeah,
exact same music. Oy.
yeah.
Laziness.
So, I mean, it was an easy freaking dollar, especially with the money that Scream freaking did at the box office when it released in '96. So
I guess.
if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. So, all right. I feel like let's do the short portion of this discussion first because I feel like there isn't really a whole lot that's going to be brought up under this topic. So, what do you hate about this movie? Like, absolutely cannot stand.
As much as I love this movie, I actually have quite a few points. First of all, okay,
Well, shit, I picked the wrong one.
no, I'll keep it short. Haddonfield's in Illinois. Illinois is way, pretty far up north. Why is
Not
this
Utah.
suddenly a town full of rednecks? I do not understand why they turned this, supposed to be anywhere USA small town into a, quote, town full of beer bellies with shotguns. Why is everyone suddenly this dumb ass, fat, drunk country bumpkin? I hated that element of this movie. It pissed me off. It didn't fit with the ambiance. It just made no sense.
Well, considering where this movie was filmed, it still doesn't even really fit either because this movie was filmed in Salt Lake City, Utah.
I mean, it just
And
it doesn't it just doesn't fit with the, especially the fact that they're trying to like, ideally you get the idea that Halloween 4 is trying to pay homage to the original Halloween. It's following the same, playbook. It's following the same blueprint. It's trying to give you kind of like the same feel.
mhm.
Why are you making the townspeople sound like a bunch of redneck idiots? It's just, to me it's distracting. That is, I would say that is the thing I hate most about this movie because it really is distracting to me. Like I don't
Well,
like it.
and even a couple of the lynch mob beer belly fat asses have a heavy, thick country twang to their voice.
That's not Illinois. Yeah, exactly. Like it's,
So
this isn't
yeah,
Louisiana, people. And you still could
this is
have done that whole storyline without making them like that.
well, I mean, they did it in Halloween Kills,
Yeah. And I'm
and
sorry. I'm
Anthony
not
Michael
trying
Hall
to,
was not a
I'm not
redneck.
shitting on people from the South. Like I'm not, I come from the South and poor. Like I come from rednecks. I'm not trying to be like, but I just, it didn't fit with, especially when you take the opening of the movie, which is one of my favorite parts. It's like you've watched the original Halloween, you've got the feel of this like sleepy town. It's autumn. It's like ominous but peaceful, and like, and then you've got this. Well, Earl, I ain't shutting down for good no goddamn good reason. I'm gonna go talk to the sheriff and like, and they're so stupid. Like the part that I want to throw something at the TV is when Jamie and Rachel come running out of the school and she's like, he's inside. Jesus, where? In the school. What do you mean, Jesus, where? The building she just came out of, you dumb fuck.
Well, I mean, she literally just said he's inside.
At the McDonald's down the street. Where do you think I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I just,
I
it took
mean,
away from the horror, and that's why I didn't like it. Like, I'm all for adding comedy into horror, but that's not what they did with that. It just, it dumbed it
that was
down.
just
It took
lazy
away
writing.
from the ambiance, and I didn't like it. I don't know.
So
I know,
yeah, there
we
there
agree on that, but
there really isn't a whole lot to hate about this movie, in my opinion. I think it was honestly like the second movie in the franchise that I had watched. I think I even watched it before I watched part two. So
oh, interesting.
no, it was the third because I watched it after season of the witch.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, Well, okay, I'll tell this story later. Real quick, the other couple of things. Um, the kids at school, another thing that was just unbelievable and not Jamie's an orphan. Jamie's an orphan. Are you fucking kidding me? Kids are not that mean. Like, I get kids are assholes and bullies. No kid's bullying a kid for being an orphan. That was a little too much.
So
Jamie's
I
mommy's a
felt
mommy.
I I felt like if that was going to happen to Jamie, it would have been from older kids, person, not 7 year. I think she's what, 7 in this movie, 8 in this movie.
Yeah, something like that.
She's not very damn old. So generally, for the most part, that I've seen in my mature adult life, kids that age aren't horribly terrible like that. It's when you start getting into like the 11, 12, 13-year olds that that stuff starts to rear its ugly head.
Even then, I feel like that kind of stuff is off limits. I don't know that kids are bullying kids for their parents dying. I mean, I get the whole Jamie's uncle's the boogeyman. Like, okay, I'm all right with that. You know, that sucks for her, but I get that's something they could bully her for. But the whole Jamie's mommy's a mummy and Jamie's an orphan, like that was too extra. That's too much. So that kind of bothered me. The
So I
hitchhiking
mean, I could.
scene. Oh, sorry, good.
I was just gonna say, I really quick. I guess I can see why they did it to try and further the psychological trauma aspect of why Jamie is the way she is.
Yeah, I mean, true, because that kid's dealing with a lot for sure. Like, I get it,
Yeah, I mean, she
but
lost
damn.
her mom and dad 11 months prior to that for what, 3 more movies until her mom comes back from the dead.
Exactly. That hitchhiking scene was stupid and unnecessary. There's scenes that were deleted that I read about in this book, and scenes that they didn't even make that I feel like could have replaced that. That scene was weird to me. I didn't like it. Um, this movie
The
only. Oh,
well, I was just the come on, old man, and then all of a sudden they stomp
yeah.
on the gas and leave him in the dust.
No,
What
not
the hell
that.
was the point of
Him
that?
and the old man in the truck. Oh, you're hunting it, ain't you?
Oh,
Maybe
there
it's
was
just me. I just thought that was unnecessary.
there seemed like there was no point to that conversation.
Right. I mean,
I
I
mean,
guess it's the whole Loomis isn't the only person in the world that knows evil exists, and maybe that was the point of it, but it just felt really hokey.
it still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, me either. And then this is just the beginning of what's going to happen in two more movies. Loomis is too extra. Oh, poor Loomis. Poor Donald Pleasance. I know he needed that paycheck, but
uh, uh,
no.
uh,
And that's not even it. It's through the whole movie, but Loomis is extra.
yeah,
And then,
yeah. No disrespect to Donald Pleasance at all.
yeah, rest in peace, sir.
'Cause- yes, because he made that role his own, and honestly, just like Robert and Freddie, there's
And,
nobody that
oh,
can play
sorry.
Loomis.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and they've tried.
Oh,
Finally,
they tried. Fucking Rob Zombie. No offense to Malcolm McDowell, but yeah, he
I mean, he was
totally.
the dick version of Loomis. So, yeah,
Yeah, to me, I'm sorry, there was nothing Hollywood celebrity about Dr. Loomis,
right.
and
But
they
in
went
that,
down.
you got to think in that time frame there would have been because they did the they did the thing that they did with the Rob Zombie movies, where
Yeah,
you know. the original thing takes place in the 70s instead of the 60s, and then you're jumping to like what, the 90s or whatever with the. So I get it.
Yeah. All
Um,
right.
last thing, and this is actually worse than the hillbilly thing. This is the thing I hate the most that just kills me, especially because of the poster we got. It's the fucking mask and the fucking shoulder pads. They did not need to bulk up George Wilbur that much. Michael Myers is a regular looking dude. We saw it in the first movie with Nick Castle. They did not need to add all that padding. And that mask is hideous. And they just continue to get more hideous. What is happening?
So, okay, my other issue with that mask. Why in the hell does his hair color change in the middle of that movie?
Right? I don't know.
I mean, he literally goes from, you know, dark colored Michael Myers hair to powder white freaking
Right?
hair for like a scene, and then it goes back to freaking black or dark again.
I think they used too many different masks when they had all those guys like pretending to be Michael and they forgot which one they were supposed to be using.
No
I
fucking
don't
clue, but
know.
I mean, continuity has always been the
I was gonna
Akkad's
say.
best friend. So,
I was gonna say.
all right, love, love, love. What do we love about this movie? Number one needs to be Danielle Harris,
Yes,
bar none.
absolutely. She kills it. Her with
Literally,
oh sorry, that scene when she has that night what the nightmare slash not nightmare, but when she's crying and the foster parents are just like holding her, like her crying
mhm.
just like breaks my heart. It's so real and just like she's really nailed that I've had a traumatic life. I'm really struggling with all this shit. Like, yeah, she nails it completely.
I yeah, and she even goes and takes it to the next level in Halloween 5, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Not saying that her performance in Halloween 5 was significantly better than her performance in Part 4, but I mean, she basically is a traumatized mute for
right.
what 92% of Halloween 5,
Yeah.
and, and I think she only has like 8 lines in the whole freaking movie.
I mean, you take that performance and you put her in a serious movie, she's getting nominated for an Oscar. Problem
Yeah,
was that movie and that storyline was kind of ridiculous, so it feels comical at some points. But you put her in like a legit film with that acting, yeah, she's getting awards for sure.
yeah. I mean, I think she's a very underrated actress, and I one of the few things that I will positively say about the Rob Zombie movies is the fact that he did shout out to the Thorn trilogy by casting Danielle to play Annie in his movies.
Yeah,
So it was kind of a throwback and a little Easter egg to
right.
the Bloodline trilogy.
Yeah, she was amazing.
So, um, and again, at the same time, like we said, though, I mean, you can't respect and love this movie without having all the love for Donald Pleasance as well.
Yeah, he's amazing. It just Loomis is so extra. Uh,
It is, but at the same time, it's almost I don't hate the extra.
yeah, I mean he is
I hear,
obsessed. I think we have to remember this is his obsession at this point.
yeah, and we're I think we're finally at this point starting to go over the top of the hill into that obsession where you're starting to think maybe this guy is just as crazy as the guy he's freaking chasing.
Yeah. And to be fair, he tells us that in
So
the first movie that it became an obsession with him. So,
it keeps progressing more and more into an obsession with each movie,
yeah.
except part, except part three.
No, no, no. I know that part's supposed to be so serious and dramatic, and it actually is a really good part, but that just makes me laugh every time.
Well, I mean, it was one of those. Okay, this movie's almost 40 years old, so spoiler alerts at this point. But Jamie dresses up for Halloween. Ironically, wink, wink, in the exact same costume that her uncle dressed up in back in what 1960 whatever
Three.
when he stabbed and killed his sissy. Well, it's not the exact same costume. It's a
It's close enough.
facsimile of the same costume, but she ends up some weird mystical connection between the two of them. Fucking Cult of the Thorn,
Yeah.
and she ends up stabbing her adopted mother, and then Loomis discovers her and has a psychotic meltdown.
I mean, she's holding the scissors, she's wearing the mask. I love that part because you see her put on the mask, you see the scene through the mask just like in the first movie. She's doing the breathing like I love it. It's such a good throwback to the first movie. And actually in the original script it was supposed to be Rachel that she stabbed, not her foster mom. But and that she was supposed to die, but of course they, she doesn't die and whatever, and because they, you know, do the next movie. But yeah, that scene, I love that they like allude. You get the foreshadowing because when she puts on the costume in the drugstore, she's looking at herself, and all of a sudden she sees child Michael, like that slow transition.
Mhm.
Like that was really great. I really loved that. And then you get her at the end with the scissors, and she's doing the heavy breathing, even though that mask isn't covering her mouth. But whatever.
Yeah, it's semantics.
They made it almost all the way through without the supernatural element, but then I also think
Oh, I
part of
mean,
it was they kind of had to go that way because otherwise I think in the 90s, like we're not, or late 80s, 90s, nobody wants to believe a child can do something that evil, and they definitely didn't want to see Jamie be the one to carry on his legacy. So I feel like it had to become some like become some kind of like psychic connection or something like that because you know in the first
I
Halloween
just
it's
wish.
only for a second. Yes, we know he's a child and
Yeah,
he did something that evil, but it's for a minute. For us to get the next movie in this series, Jamie's still going to have to be a child unless they just don't use Danielle Harris anymore and fast forward. But people don't like the idea of children
yeah,
being that evil. So
no, and yeah, still back to the same point. I did. I wish the whole, as much as I hate the idea of the Cult of the Thorn, I wish that would have been explained in the movies a lot better than it was
yeah.
because I don't remember ever getting a satisfactory explanation on that whole aspect of the story.
I mean, the producer's cut explains it a little bit better, but
Well, yeah,
it's also a little bit creepier knowing that that baby is Michael's child. Like, gross.
Yeah.
It
Incest is not best.
is not.
So, um, would you like to relay any messages to the unpop kernels who are watching the show?
Sure. So I was able to get a sealed, classified message that had to be on paper for safety reasons, obviously. Um, from our good friend in witness protection, Mr. Chansey Greif. I was able to send some secret coded messages to let him know we were reviewing Halloween 4. And if you've watched our show before and listened to us, you know that he and I both love to go, no, no, and also say, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place. So,
Because it doesn't.
I have a short sheet of paper here with Chansey's thoughts on one of our favorite Halloween movies. I have to burn this message after reading it, and or it may actually self-destruct. We're going to find out. Um, but here we go. Live from witness protection in an undisclosed location, Mr. Chansey Greif. He says, I always loved this movie because they brought Michael back and even had a halfway decent reason for him waking up. Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place. Always was foreboding to me. I was worried that they would recast Dr. Loomis, but Donald Pleasance could never be replaced. One issue I always had is the blonde wig on Michael at the school. What the F? Must have been Michael's midlife crisis, lol. The thumb and the forehead was brutal, as well as the ripping of the throat of the truck driver at the end. Cops may do it by the book, but Bucky never stood a chance, lol. R.I.P. Bucky. Don't try that Halloween shit with me. This place has. Wait. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. I can't remember any of the normal fun facts I'd usually have. I really thought they did a decent job locking him in the house with the nice dose of irony. Locked in with the one person they were trying to lock out, lol. The creepy priest seemed weird because it literally went nowhere outside of the one time they rode with one another. See, that's what I said. And sorry for my reading of this, you guys. His handwriting's a little tough to read. I honestly figured that the priest would be killed in some weird way, but alas, not meant to be. I thought having Marshall Dillon as the sheriff was an interesting touch. When Michael goes into the well at the end, I always heard Alice in Chains down in the hole, which I will never not hear that again, by the way.
Thank you for
They
that,
should have,
Chancy Gripe.
yes, they should have included the TNT that they added in the fifth movie, but hindsight is always 2020. And then yeah, that's it. Stay breezy, Colonels, and more meltdowns to come. So, Chansey sends his love. He misses everybody. He is, a witness being protected by, some people. So, hopefully,
And
we will hear more from him soon.
honest,
What?
honest to God, I love the fact that most of the things that he hit on in that are all things that, I mean, you obviously read the notes beforehand. I had no idea what was in that, and he even nailed a couple of the points that I had brought up as well. So
Yeah.
we missed the spot on. This is why Chancey Gripe is a co-host on An Evening at the Movies.
Yes.
So
We miss him.
do you have a amazing dirty top 5 list for us?
I do. I'm sorry. I have to mention a couple more quick things.
Okay.
Brady's a dick. Fuck Brady. Uh, he was like, "You blew off our date, so I'm here with her." She didn't blow off your date. She had to babysit. That's not the same thing. And then later, when she's like, "I gotta find Jamie," he's like, basically, "Fuck Jamie. Let's get the hell out of here." Brady's a dick. He deserved
Yeah.
what he got. Um, more of the dumb quotes. Jamie's walking and she's like, "Whoever you are, I've got a big dog with me and he bites." If someone's following you, they can see you don't have a big dog with you. Whatever. And then when the
Yeah.
parents come home, they're like, "I don't think they're home." Why do you think they're not home? Because the lights are out. Bitch, the whole town's lights are out. There's a blackout because of poor Bucky. R.I.P. Bucky. Try that Halloween shit with me. Bucky. I always loved Bucky. Okay. So, my top 5, which I have not ranked, I just wrote them down, so I need to rank them. But I went with the horniest female characters to die in slasher films. So I think honorable mentions, we're going to go with Jennifer Check from Jennifer's Body. She literally used her body to seduce people and kill them. So, and then I'm going to go with Marcy from the original Friday the 13th. She wasn't terrible, but she definitely, liked to get her son with some Kevin Bacon. Ooh, okay. Number 5, we're going to go with Judy from Sleepaway Camp. That girl loved her some older boys, and she was a big bully, so she deserved what she got.
Yeah.
A couple of them I tied because they're in the same movie. But not yet. Number 4, we're going with Sasha from Urban Legend. I mean, she's reading the Kama Sutra. She clearly, and she hosted a show about sex. So, yeah, she definitely wanted to get it, and unfortunately, she got it in the wrong way. But God, I suck. All right, number 3, we're gonna go with Linda and Annie from the original Halloween. I mean, Linda the most because she had literally planned an entire night on how to get laid. Annie was just kind of fly by the seat of your pants once she realized her boyfriend. Either way, all those girls cared about was getting laid, and that's fine by me. Number 2, Sandra and Vicky from Friday the 13th Part 2. Vicky the most because Vicky was hardcore after Mark. She was all over Mark the entire movie. Like, girl, desperation is a stinky cologne. Come on now. But her and Sandra both, yeah, untimely demises because all they could think about was their vaginas. And then number 1, we got to go with Kelly Meeker from Halloween 4. She had been trying to steal someone else's man. She wouldn't have got a shotgun through the stomach. That's all I'm saying. Hoes be hoeing, that's what they get. No, I'm just kidding. I am not slut shaming. I am all for get it, girl. Get it, girl. But maybe not if he's with someone else. Like, But other than that, get it, girl.
All right.
Like Taylor Swift, get it, girl. Get that redwood tree. Climb it. Ride it. Do what you got to do.
Oh, Jesus fix it. Yeah, Jesus fix it. Oh, wait. Jesus has nothing to do with this place.
Nothing to do with this place.
All right. So, my top 5 that I'm going with is dumbest characters from a horror movie.
Only 5?
Well, I mean, that's a horror movie trope is you have to have at least 1 or 2 dumb people in the movie. Um, I didn't have an honorable mention, but I came up with one while I was listening to yours. So my honorable mention will be from Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, and I'm just going to go with John because he ain't the sharpest freaking tool in the freaking shed, and
Were most of them?
it's only well, no, not really, and it's only fair if a certain other franchise may or may not pop up on this list that I pick one from my franchise as well. So
As an honorable mention.
I could have not had an honorable mention, just left the one that that I have.
Anyway.
All right. So Shout out to A24 for my number 5. The dumbest, horniest, most inappropriate dude in the freaking world peed on a sacred tree, and it got him killed for it. So, Mark from Midsummer.
I mean, yeah, I think if you know what you're doing there, you deserve what you get.
Yeah,
You're asking for it.
exactly. So, my number 4 is not maybe not necessarily dumb per se as much as greedy. And we had a discussion on this guy a couple months ago on an evening at the movies. But it's Mayor Vaughn from Jaws.
Oh, yeah. He's greedy and naive. He's not dumb.
Yeah,
He knows. He just doesn't give a fuck.
well, I mean, in a way, naivete is the root of all stupidity. So, um, number number 3 and number 2 are kind of sort of similar, and I'll explain why. I'll give you both of them, and then I'll explain why both of them. But number 3 is the Freelings from Poltergeist. Number 2 is Mika from Paranormal Activity. Both of those because literally all the crazy shit going on around them in their houses. Why the hell didn't they just pack the fuck up and go out the damn door?
Fair.
I mean, their daughter got sucked into a TV.
Well, they're
Um,
not. That's not fair. They're not going to leave her. They think she's still in the house. That's not. That's different. Would you pack up and leave if
okay,
you thought, somewhere she's somewhere still in the house?
you can make another child.
Fuck you. And also, people
Uh,
really don't want to believe in the supernatural. Like, people really want to find excuses for random shit happening around the house. Like,
okay,
I get
okay,
it, but like,
that flips over though for number 2 though because Mika from Paranormal Activity, he believed in that shit and wanted to believe in that shit,
that's
and it
true.
ultimately ended up getting his stupid ass killed at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert.
Wait a minute. Your number one is. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mhm. I told you earlier my number 1 was obvious.
Well, tell everybody else so I can rip it apart.
I'm sorry, but you are a goddamn sheriff in the Haddonfield Police Department, and your daughter pulls up curbside while you're standing outside smoking the freaking weed, and you can't smell the goddamn weed in the car. Sheriff Brackett, Halloween 1978.
I'm sorry. I think to be considered dumb in a horror movie, you either have to get yourself killed or get someone else killed. Yeah, he's an idiot for not smelling weed, but that didn't hurt anybody. Like, yeah, he's dumb, but he's not horror movie dumb. He's just dumb.
Well, I
Dumb
didn't
is going up the
necessarily say
stairs
I
when you
had to
should
take
be
it.
going out the front door, Sidney Prescott. Like, ugh.
True.
Going to check out a strange noise when you should be calling 911 or going outside. Not smelling weed didn't get anybody killed. That's why he was my honorable mention
Well,
last week on the dumb cops top 5. Nobody died. People just got high. It's all right.
tomato, tomato, tomato.
All
So,
right.
all right. So, if you were to rate this movie out of 5, what would you give it, and why?
I think that, again, coming off Halloween 3, they really had to do something different. They realized people didn't want this anthology thing. Again, people wanted slashers in their slasher movies. They didn't want, They didn't want messages about consumerism and, you know, Irish Halloween masks and snake and spider Halloween masks. Um, you know, they really went back to the Halloween formula, which worked. I really hate the mask. I hate the whole franchise after this for the masks, as far as the Bloodline story, anyway. But I think they did a really good job. They, you know, stuck with the blueprint. They told a good story. A lot of the scenes were chilling. The bedroom scene when she's seeing Michael for the first time, the lightning and the shadows and the him under the bed, like that's all really scary. Um, you know, Daniel Harris was great. Ellie Cornell was great. There's some cheese, but overall, you know, not too much gore. I think they did a really good job. I would say it's one of the best sequels in Halloween history. Ugh. I want to be overly slutty with my rating, like I usually am, but I also want to be objective. But I don't know. I'm gonna give it four and a half shotguns in the stomach out of five.
So, yeah,
Sorry, Kelly, who looked at
like,
least 25. Come on, Jesus. I'm
yeah,
supposed to believe that chick was in high school. Anyway, sorry, another complaint.
so like my co-host said, this movie has definitely breathed life back into the franchise again after the controversial dislike of Halloween 3.
Love.
We won't, well, I mean, people can love it. Some people hate it. It is what it is. And, you know, but this movie definitely brought everything back to what at the time 95 plus percent of the American population wanted, which was a villain, a franchise, and all of
A
that.
slasher.
Yeah, I think the performances were pretty good for the most part in this movie. There wasn't, I mean, there's some stuff that we'll be discussing when next we return to this franchise because next up is Halloween 5. Um, and I have some feelings on that one, but that's not the movie I'm reviewing right now. I think Danielle Harris showed up and delivered big time in this movie. Um, I think Ellie Cornell showed up and delivered in this movie. I mean, overacting aside, I think Donald Pleasance has always showed up and delivered in this movie. And like Amanda and I and Chancey have said, there's nobody in the world that can play Dr. Loomis the way Donald Pleasance can play Dr.
No,
Loomis.
not at
That
all.
is his fucking role. And all of that. Um, this is a great movie if you have not seen Halloween 4 and you're still here an hour and 23 minutes into this episode listening to our rambling. I highly recommend you go and check it out. It if even if you don't want to get on board for the original idea being pure evil needs no reason. I guess in a way the bloodline story could be something that a lot of people could get on board for. That discussion is for a later date and time as well. But ultimately, I thoroughly enjoy this movie, and I'm going to give it uh, 4.5 uh, books because that's what cops do it by.
Yes, they do. Dun dun
So
dun.
Great episode. Great movie. Again, if you
Horror
have the means,
classic.
I highly recommend you pick one up. It is a horror. It is a horror classic,
Ignore the mask
and
and the shoulder pads.
we haven't necessarily gone down the rabbit hole of the Cult of the Thorn just yet. Although we're dipping our toes in the water towards the end of the movie.
And again, once you get
So
this far into any franchise, you have to ignore the obvious unrealistic aspects, like the fact that Michael's been laying in a bed for 10 years, and even as the doctor points out, his limbs would be useless. Facts.
yeah,
Um, how's he going to find Jamie? He's never laid eyes on her. Facts. Like, you have to ignore
yeah.
that kind of shit, but that's true with most horror movies. So, if you haven't seen it, you have to put logic on the shelf while you go watch a horror movie. I think that's a universal known thing. Logic ain't got
It is.
nothing to do with this place.
Yeah, exactly. So this was a lot of fun. I have thoroughly enjoyed Halloween Horror Fest 2025 so far. Um, we appreciate the listeners, the Unpop Kernels, for being here each and every week. You guys are amazing. Chancey Greif, thank
Miss
you
you.
for giving us your 2 cents on this horror classic. We look forward to hopefully getting to hear from you again from the universe out there. But coming up next week on An Evening at the Movies, or tomorrow in the live universe, we will be joined by another one of our co-hosts who has been MIA for a while, but she's back to discuss her viewing for the very first time of Rosemary's Baby. So we will be joined
Excited
next
to talk about the
week
devil
slash.
orgy.
Yeah, exactly. We will be joined next week slash tomorrow by Miss Shanna Banana. So stay tuned for that as well. Um, and then we will be kicking off the month of November with a very special tribute. I believe it's still being discussed between the two of us, but the other day, Hollywood icon passed away at the ripe old age of 79. Rest in peace, Diane Keaton. But we will be paying tribute to Diane Keaton week 1 of
Oh,
November.
I called it First Wives Club.
Well, I mean,
You don't own me. Sorry.
either one, I wouldn't honestly be opposed to doing that or the one I chose in back to back weeks either, because it's almost a shame that we haven't done Father of the Bride in
Fair.
almost 5 years either. So, and it's Steve Martin and yeah, Steve Martin and Martin Short back together again.
Wrong.
So, so, but yes, lots of good stuff coming up. And on top of it, the Twinges will be with us in late November as well as we wrap up our discussion on the world of the wizarding world of
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter. So, and somebody has a birthday coming up in December that she'll be picking a birthday movie for.
Oh, crap. I got to do that.
So, stay tuned for that as well. Yeah, I keeping my mouth shut because I know that there's some options floating around in the universe that I know you would love to torture me with.
Hmm.
So, with all of that said, co-host, are you ready to take us home?
I am. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. I know this was a bit of a longer episode, but we love us some Halloween here, especially me, and I love to talk about it. So we appreciate your loyalty and patience and listenage and whatever. That's not a word, but you know. So yeah, have a great night. If you're listening live and you're going to listen live next time, we'll see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you next week. And whenever it is, we hope you all come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye. And happy Halloween, 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 happy Halloween. Silver Shamrock.